Hello and welcome to this special training where I'm going to show you how I made $629,000 with less than 60K in ad spend, even with the ad costs that have been skyrocketing since beginning of 2018. So in today's training, I'm going to show you the three main secrets to creating wildly profitable advertising in this crowded marketplace, and why this actually is an opportunity, not a threat for your business. So before we dive in, I'm just want to quickly go through who this is for. So this is mostly for existing business owners that have amazing product or service who are already running advertising campaigns that are either, struggling to get their ads profitable or can't scale their ads. Like, you may have certain degree of success with your advertising, but whenever you try to scale or increase the budgets, your campaigns just bomb. This is also for business owners who are not yet advertising online but want to explode their sales using paid advertising. So you need to have an amazing product or service that is actually helping people in order for all of this stuff to work. So my goal for today's training is to show you why rising ad costs are an opportunity, and all of the news and articles that you see about, Facebook dying are dead wrong. And I will also show you how to create a stream of high quality traffic of buyers to your website like a clockwork. And you will also learn what is the missing piece of infrastructure that is keeping the most businesses from scaling their ads. And lastly, you will learn why your failures don't matter and that you are so much closer to having profitable campaigns than you might think. And today you will learn the secret number one, which is the number one requirement for profitable advertising that nobody is talking about, but it's absolutely crucial and common element of all the successful campaigns. Number two is the untapped gold mine that most businesses are sitting on. And just by doing this, you can easily have profits from your campaigns. And the secret number three is how to split test your way to profits. So everybody knows how split testing is important in marketing, but almost nobody does it right way on Facebook. And today I will show you the exact process that has created campaigns that are spending millions of dollars a month by split testing. And if you stay until the end of this training, I'll give you my personal cheat sheet for creating video ads. It's a simple plug and play template that you can use to create really high converting video ads. But before we begin, I just want to make sure that we're on the same page, just like with a few house rules. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. All of this requires significant time and money investment and a lot of effort to make this happen. There are no misleading methods. We only make money by selling real products and services that benefit people who buy them. So you need to have some kind of competitive advantage in order to make this a reality. So most likely a lot of dropshipping stores will not benefit from this training. And number three is that this is not black hat. So we work with Facebook and closely follow their rules without getting our ad accounts shut down. And this doesn't work for prohibited markets like guns, drugs, gambling, and other kind of stuff. And the number five is that you must be willing to spend money on advertising, period. And if you don't have money in the first place to spend on advertising, most likely you don't have a business to begin with. With all this being said, here are a couple of disclaimers. So my results and my results of my clients are not typical. So average person trying to do paid advertising gets little to no results. Heck, even 80% of my campaigns don't get good results, but that's common under Pareto principle that I will show you later. And I will show you what is working for me for free on this training. So let's begin. So have you ever felt this way? Have you ever felt like, I have a great product or service that can benefit a lot of people, and I just want to go out there in a big way, and advertising can help me with that? Or I desperately need sales. I can't just work my ass off all the time to fight for leads and sales. Or I get really overwhelmed when I try Facebook ads. There are just so many options and I don't know where to start and where I'm doing something wrong. Or maybe I'm struggling to get my ads profitable. Whenever I try something, it just feels like I'm wasting money. Or I can't scale my ads as it kills my results every time I try to increase my budgets. Or do you just want like most leverage way to help a lot of people? Now, if you're not getting results you want with Facebook ads, that's not a real problem. You might ask, like, how the hell that is not a problem? Because the real problem lies beneath. You see, 82% of Facebook advertising campaigns are not successful. That's fact. And that's Pareto principle that I was talking about. But there's an addition to this statement. Almost all campaigns are not profitable at first run. So that means that all successful campaigns started by being unprofitable. So you can clearly see that if you're not generating return with your campaigns, that is not the real problem. And it's not a real problem because it's so common. And the real problem and the real reason why your Facebook ad campaigns are not successful is when you don't know what to do next with your campaigns. And the real problem is also number 2, if you're repeatedly getting the same results, which essentially means that you're just spinning in the circle. So let me explain. If you don't know what to do next, that means that you don't know what you did wrong before. Hence, you don't know what you should be focusing on and what parts you need to improve. And if you don't know where your focus should be, you don't want to be testing more stuff as you're scared that you will just waste more money. And very rarely, to be honest, will a campaign convert profitably right out of the gate. So it's crucial to make strategic changes to your campaigns to improve them. And I will teach you how to do this, how to make those strategic changes to your campaigns that will explode your sales. Once you understand how to make, strategic changes to your campaigns, you'll be able to scale your campaigns. You'll be able to gain predictability and success in your business. And you will never chase business again, and you will never dread over failing campaigns again. So at this moment, you might be wondering, who am I to talk about all this? My name is Philip. I'm a college dropout. I've been doing Facebook advertising as a full-time job since 2014. During that time, I managed over thousands of campaigns and millions of dollars in spent and generated like several millions in revenue for my clients and myself. I've been featured in Funnel Magazine, and I'm creator of the definitive guide to Facebook ads that was huge success on Reddit. And if you know anything about Reddit, you will know how difficult that is. So I started as a freelancer and I made many mistakes, and that led me to having like really big client churn. So I simply had to learn this thing to keep working, to keep having money to, fund myself. And also being from Croatia didn't help, so I had to try extra hard. So I bought like tens of thousands of dollars of online courses learning the craft. I implemented everything that I learned, sometimes getting success, sometimes getting not. And all of that just made me realize that there's no one-stop shop, and that I had to develop my own system and my own process based on everything that I've tried so far. I've spent like last whole year and most of this year perfecting this system, learning from, Silicon Valley engineers turned marketers, people who are managing millions of dollars in ad spend each month. And I was really lucky to have people, willing to let me implement this system and have success together with me. So here's one example. Let's listen what Frankie had to say about his experience working with me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Frankie Finn, currently living in Montreal, Canada, the digital gypsy life. And I just wanted to leave a quick message for my homeboy, Philip Meredick, who, by the way, is the only Facebook ads guy in his agency that I've actually hired numerous times, which speaks a lot about them. Philip's one of those guys that this is how I personally worked with him, and we've had some pretty amazing results together, scaling our campaigns. What I really liked about him is, I kind of like, I don't know how it is for you and your, expert practice, but mine, I could probably run my own Facebook ads, but I just don't really like doing it. It's not my favorite part of the business. And so Philip was really the guy for me who helped me get results, but also have some feedback and some say. Like, I like to, if I have an idea, like throw it out there to test in and among those things, but also, capable of coming up with his own great ideas and his own campaigns that work. And that was super, super helpful.
Now it's time to get into it. So the headline of this presentation was how I made $600K in revenue with less than $60K in ad spend, and here's the proof of that. So here's the campaign that generated over $628,000 in revenue, and it generated that with less than 60K in spend, with 10.95 return on ad spend, from January 1st till April 30th this year. So let's get into it. So the secret number one is the number one requirement for successful campaigns, and yet nobody is talking about this. Nobody. And that requirement is profit margin. So in other words, how much profit you make from each paying customer. So Facebook ads, they are paid media channel. That means that you will need to pay for each customer you get. So we have a clear cost to acquire customer, or CPA, cost per acquisition. That's a clear dollar amount. And if that customer doesn't bring you more profits than what it costs you to acquire them, Facebook ads simply won't work for you, period. So here are some examples of what your, profit per customer needs to look like based on your business model and product. So if you're in e-commerce, so if you're selling physical products, low range of profits per customer is from 30 to 60 bucks. And good range is like if you have 60 buck profits, not revenue, profits. If you're selling some kind of professional services, you need to have profits between 200 and 300 plus, because usually professional services are a little bit higher priced items. Or if you're selling informational products, you need to have between $200 and $500 of profits per each customer in order to make Facebook ads work. So what does that actually mean? So that means that selling Kindle ebooks for $1 or $2, selling low-priced AliExpress items for $15 or $7 info products or tripwires is gone. Like, don't get me wrong, this can be really great business, but it's just not suitable for Facebook advertising anymore. Here's a couple of things that you can do if you have low profit per customer to make Facebook a viable channel for you. So the number one is order add-ons. So insurances, faster shipping, special deliveries, anything that customers might want to take that can easily increase profits you make. So here I'm taking an example of Amazon, who are making huge profits on these faster shipping deals. So number two is one-click upsells. Like, this is an awesome tool to increase your average order values, and with it the profit margin that you get for each customer. And number three is like if you can make your offer as a part of a bigger offer. So this might be a little bit difficult task to come up with back-end offer, but this if you could make your offer as a tripwire or a stepping stone to your main offer, that would be amazing. And the secret number two that I wanted to talk about is the gold mine that most businesses are sitting on, and vast majority of businesses are sitting on it. Some are even reaching for it, but most likely they're not making the full potential out of it. And it's simply the retargeting. So 90 to 95% of website visitors don't buy. And here I'm being really generous with like 5% conversion rate, which rarely anybody has. So this creates an audience that is most likely to buy from you. And it's easier to convert them, and it's the fastest way to profitability. But people usually pay 20% attention to this, even though it gives them 80% of the results for their campaigns. So what you should do about it? You should create custom ad creatives for retargeting. You should test different audiences. You should use product catalog ads, especially if you're in e-commerce. This is like huge profit center. Treat your audiences by their behavior. So you're gonna treat someone who visited cart or who visited your blog totally differently. Maximize the cart abandonment campaigns. So this can be done by changing optimization to reach or clicks instead of conversions, as this is the hottest segment of your market and that they will convert. And the last thing that you can do is just test, and test. Any breakthrough you make here will have huge impact on everything you do with Facebook ads. And the secret number three is how to split test your ways to profit. So essentially split testing is not a secret, but the way to properly split test is. So when you're testing ads, we have two different approaches: multi-element and single element testing. So we do multi-element testing when we're testing like brand new concepts, or we want to get better results totally out of the gate. So this means, you're going to change the visual, the copy, and the headline at the same time. If you have something that is working decently, you might want to do single element testing where you change only certain parts of the ad. So for example, change only visuals, like in this one. So we have totally same body copy and the headline, and the image is the only thing that is different. And one of the secret sauces of our process is actually the headline testing. So this might seem a small and largely irrelevant part of the ad, but it's totally opposite. The first thing that your audience notices is the image or the video, and the second is the headline. And if you're able to capture their interest and curiosity with those 2 points, you did a great deal of work for the final conversion part. So here are 2 underground secrets and tips that nobody is doing with, split testing. Number 1 is that you need to test creatives with different audiences. So you need to do that to avoid false results only tied to specific audiences. This happens so much more often than you would imagine. So you want to test your ad creatives with 5 to 10 different audiences for optimal results. Because when it comes to scaling and your ads suddenly stop performing, that is because you only tested them with one audience and you got false positive results. I can't describe enough how often this happens and what a scale killer this is. So you can put those different audiences into the same ad set or a different ad sets depending on what your budget is. And the second secret is that the key metric should be reach to purchase ratio. It's really simple. You just need to divide purchases by the reach this ad had, and you will get a small percentage number that will tell you how good that creative actually is. So know that you will always get a number that is way below 1%. So you should be aiming between, 1.1% to 0.3, percent as a really good number. And this is important number because it tells you how clickable ad is and what the quality of the traffic that your ad is attracting. And what are some results that I was able to get with using this process. So here's one example of the campaign that generated $68,000 with $27K in ad spend right off the bat. This was like literally first month of running this campaign, and it produced like amazing results. Here's the second one where we generated $100,000 in revenue with 13 in ad spend, generating like over 8 return on ad spend. So for each dollar we spent, we generated $8 in revenue. And here we generated over 4,000 purchases and like 184,000 pounds for this particular client. And here's Nathan Chan, who is CEO and publisher of Founder Magazine, talking about his experience working with us.
Hey guys, Nathan Chan here, CEO of Founder Magazine, and I wanted to do this quick video as a testimonial for Philip and his ad team. Those guys are seriously amazing. We used Philip and his team for about a year before we decided to bring our Facebook ads in-house, just for speed issues because we're in Australia. But Philip's team, they got us great returns, sometimes upwards of like 5 to 7x ROAS, and we used those guys for about a year. I cannot recommend Philip's work enough. Super smart guy, knows many different spaces really, really well. And if you're thinking about working with Philip, don't think twice. I highly recommend him. All right, I'll speak to you soon.
Now, what to do next? At this point, you have 2 options. You can do it yourself if you feel inspired by, everything that I share with you, or you can have me help you with your Facebook ads. And please know that, I will not try to sell you overpriced advertising service or give you an amazing opportunity for a free strategy session, aka sales call. And only if you want my help with your campaigns, I have a very special package that is like nothing else out there on the market. It's called the 30-day turnaround, where I will personally write your 30-day advertising plan to completely change your campaigns from losses to profits. And this package contains 3 master keys and documents. Let me explain how will I create a personalized plan just for your business. So the document 1 is the personal Facebook dossier, aka the ad account audit. I sell ad account audit for big companies for, $1,000 each. And it really helps them, identify mistakes and opportunities in their campaigns. And here I will examine your previous track record on Facebook, and I will take your ad account and put it under full scrutiny. So this document actually has two main goals: to identify what stage, your business and advertising is in, and learn what is working and what are some mistakes that you made along the way. In order to give you specific advice that is applicable only to you, it's important to really understand your current situation. Just like doctor will not give you advice before, making thorough examination, the same goes with advertising. And I have a lot of questions that I want to know, and instead of me asking you directly, I'll just look for the answers in the ad account. And another important aspect is to correct mistakes. Many advertisers make common mistakes without realizing it. A large part of them is totally unaware of those mistakes, which is completely fine because you're not spending your days in Ads Manager and understanding what really works right now. But those mistakes are costing you thousands of dollars in real money and in opportunity costs. So if you applied only corrections, from this section of this document, it would probably be worth thousands in dollars. Just look what it did for George. Just a simple review of ad accounts has shifted the results in direction of success, by his words. And the number 2 document is the competition intel. So here's why you can benefit directly from understanding what your competition is doing. Your competition, whether it's direct or indirect, has a direct line of communication with your market. And this will give you insight in how your customers, like actual buying customers, interact with businesses advertising to them. And the beauty of the advertising is that this is a fully transparent process. You can really see how people are reacting to certain messages, which will tell you what your market values and how you need to modify your products or offers. So the competition intelligence report will reveal how other businesses are interacting and converting your market to paying customers. That way you're off to a head start, starting from the shoulders of what other businesses have explored for you. And the number 3 document is the 30-day action plan. And where I will create step-by-step action plan for next 30 days. You will have exact action items broken into milestones until you get to profitable campaigns. I will develop the whole plan of attack and roadmap to turn around your campaigns as soon as possible. This is essentially the whole campaign setup I do for my agency clients that is usually priced $5,000. We will assess each idea that we have based on the potential impact it can have for your business, cost to actually execute that idea, and our previous experiments or probability of success for this idea. The key ingredient is understanding potential impact and experience with this type of campaigns. And this will help us really clearly identify what kind of next steps you need to make in order to have immediate impact on your Facebook ads. And here's Alan's experience and results he got by working with me and following my advice on his campaigns.
Hey there, Philip asked me to talk about my experience working with him, so that's what I'm basically doing right now. My name is Alon, I'm CEO of Omos Media GmbH, and we develop and market digital products in the fitness, health and weight loss industry. And with Philip's help, we developed and implemented some Facebook ad strategies for our business. And it was very, very fun and very productive time working with him. So what we did is basically, we did one big product launch and set up a totally new project. I'm going to talk about the product launch now. We had really amazing results with Philip's help. We had an ROI of over 500% and on the whole campaign. And in some ad sets, we had 1,149%, which were some pretty interesting retargeting ad sets. Thanks for that, Philip. And with the new product, with the new project, we scaled it basically from 0 to 6-digit revenue in about 8 weeks, which is also amazing, especially because the German market is not that big compared to the US market. What I really liked about the work with Philip is that he's not only focusing too much on the ads itself, but also focusing on the funnel, on the complete sales funnel. And he's able to see some leverages which are so much which have such a big impact on the whole business. So it was really amazing. In general, it's very cool and makes it very fun to work with him, because the communication is pretty effective, and he's a quick thinker, so he always understands what I'm saying, even though the topic is complicated or I'm talking pretty quickly. And so yes, if you're looking like for a Facebook ad expert or someone who's going to step your online marketing business to the next level, I really highly recommend working with Philip. So just do it.
And in addition to that, to those 3 documents that I just outlined, you will get the perfect ad account setup. I will write exactly how your ad account needs to be set up for maximum success based on your specific business, funnel, and offer. Setting your ad account for success is crucial cornerstone, just like increasing profits per customer is. If your ad account isn't set up properly, you could be losing money every time you launch a new ads without understanding what's happening. So all of this together is worth well over $8,000. This is like close to what I charge my private label clients, but I told you I won't charge you ridiculous prices for this. All these documents, all this private support from me will cost you only $497. And honestly, I don't know why I'm offering this so cheaply, because this is literally a steal. So if you're spending like $2,000 a month on Facebook ads, you would spend this kind of money in 1 week. And if you're spending this amount of money, you're probably doing something wrong and you have a lot of room to progress. So think about it. If we switch your focus on area that is most likely to convert and you take action on it, what kind of impact could it have on your bottom line? And now think about starting a campaign on your own. Like, do you know, should you be testing new creatives? Or is your OCPM bid set up in an optimum way? Or you're maybe underinvested in retargeting efforts? And like, you could have your personalized plan of action for the next 30 days to turn around your campaigns for just $497. You wouldn't have to worry about anything like that. In fact, if you don't turn around your campaigns by following my plan, I'll give you 100% money back, no question asked. All you have to do is just like send me the log of your ads, and if I can't help you tweak those ads to, for you to make profits, I'll refund you money right away. And to really make this deal like really no-brainer, I'll add like 2 more bonuses. So the number 1 is I will personally create the ads that you can just plug in and run. That's right, like I will take the difficult part and actually create the ads you should start with. Our copyright is usually charged, $100 per ad, and you will be getting this for free with this offer. And bonus number 2 is like I won't leave you behind. I will be checking on you and how you are progressing after 15 days into the plan. I will check how your ads are performing, are there any mistakes with the execution, and how can we make it even more profitable. And you will get all of this goodness. All of it that's valued like over $9,200 for only $495. And you will get the bonuses only if you act right now. So click on the link below and fill out the short form and we'll get you started. Like, I require the short form because I know that I can't help all the people and all the businesses, especially the ones with like brand new products without any feedback from the market. So click on the link below and sign up to get this 30-day turnaround program. And here's your promised bonus. You can just go to kangarooagency.com/video ads and you can download your free PDF on how to make high converting video ads. So click on the link below to apply right now, and I'll see you on the other side.